Welcome, Aquarius, to Mystic High Priestess Tarot. This is a general collective reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Now, cross-watchers, you are welcome as well. Please remember, this is a general collective reading. It will not resonate for everybody. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. If none of it resonates, there are some wonderful other YouTube readers out there that may be reading on your timeline. Time is fluid, and therefore, based on the choices and decisions we make every day, you may be on somebody else's timeline, but next week you could be on mine. Who knows? All right. I have cleansed the space, pre-shuffled the cards, and meditated already. This reading is set for August of 2022. However, whenever you come across it, that is when you were meant to hear it. Also know there are scammers about. This is the only platform that I am on, so I will never reach out to you for a personal reading. If you do want a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. However, I'm also not on any other platforms. Like I said, I'm not on Twitter or Instagram or WhatsApp or TikTok or any of that stuff right now. So if somebody reaches out to you in those platforms, it is not me. Do not be scammed. If you find that there are things that you resonate in this reading and you want a little further clarification, feel free to comment below. And I would be more than happy to probably pull, if I can, pull a few cards and try to gather a few more details for you. Also, if you find that this could resonate for somebody else that is near and dear to you, please share the video. If you would please like and subscribe, especially if you like how I read, that would be wonderful. It also helps so that other people get more access to my channel that may actually need to see the reading. So let's all help each other here. Okay, on that note, let's get going. Alright, at the center here we have the Five of Pentacles. Below the surface we have the King of Cups, or the blocking energy. Below the surface we have the Queen of Pentacles. In the past we have the Princess of Wands. In the area that we are unaware of, looming above us, is the Devil. In the near future we have the Queen of Cups. Alright, how you feel about the current situation, the Four of Swords. How others see it is the Two of Cups. Hopes and fears is the Three of Wands, and the long-term outcome is the Hanged Man. Overall energy, we have the Knight of Swords. Very interesting energy here, Aquarius. Okay, so we are going to clarify this, but it looks like the main objective of August is dealing with this Five of Pentacles, being left out in the cold. So in this particular case, with the Rider-Waite that I normally work with, the people are out in the cold together. In this case, it looks like you were really out in the cold by yourself. Very minimal, looking for shelter, barely, able to move on. So we're going to find out what the deal is with that and how to get you out of it. What is blocking you in this energy is the King of Cups. So there is a king who is very, he has a lot of love to offer, but emotionally stable, so he doesn't get emotional about things. That is blocking you from getting past that. What is the root of the issue would be the Queen of Pentacles. So now this is a woman, or feminine energy. Don't get caught in gender. We all have male and feminine energy. So it'd be a feminine energy that is very giving, stably sound, grounded. This is very, very interesting. So you have a lot of people here. I'm really wondering how all these people fit into your situation. In the past, what brought this situation to light is the Princess of Wands, which would be like the Page of Wands. So it is the igniting of a new passion, something young, something youthful, something fresh, that actually puts you in this situation that got you left out in the cold. What you are unaware of that is looming above you is devil energy and obsession and addiction. We're definitely going to study that devil. It could be a Capricorn. I am seeing Capricorn energy here. But what I'm seeing more of that I'm very focused on is this King and Queen of Cups, because in your near future, this King is blocking you from being able to get out of the cold. And in the near future, you come across the Queen of Cups, which is the feminine, emotional energy that is very stable. But she has a cup of love to offer. She's more of the come hither, let me give you the emotional support that you need. So we'll see what part she plays in this, but that would look like a husband and wife role. Now, how you're seeing the situation is the Four of Swords. Past the broken heart arena, needing to rest and kind of hibernate and get out of the spotlight so you can heal. I usually call this the kind of coffin card in a way. So you could be seeing that there's a solid end to something and you just need to rest and heal from it. How others are seeing the situation, the outside world. We are looking at the Two of Cups. So somebody sees a soulmate energy, a love of a lifetime, possibly twin flame if we end up seeing the Four of Wands show up at some point, especially clarifying that card. Now, hopes and fears, though, is the Three of Wands. So it looks like you're hoping that your ships will come in, but you're fearing they won't. Notice that the wands, which I'll show you here, just pick it up. The wands are sitting behind her. So they're not in front of her. It's like she's looking so past the energy into the moon and the shooting stars that she may miss what is coming towards her and what is meant for her. So that is, a hope and a fear. In the long-term outcome, which can happen anywhere from 1 to 4 months from now, in other words, from now till the end of the year, we are looking at the Hanged Man. So basically, it's looking at your entire situation from a new perspective. So either what caused the situation or the outcome of this immediate situation of what's happening in August. In the future, you're going to be able to tip yourself upside down, even though frozen in that state, and be able to see the new flower blossoming. I'll show you this card a little closer. It is very wonderful perspective. You see how his legs are completely frozen, but he's starting to thaw from the head up, and you see that little flower that is no longer covered with snow that is now blooming. So you're starting to see things from a different perspective, and the sun is coming out. So let's find out. And then, of course, your overall energy here is the Knight of Swords. And this is a knight that is coming in quick and fast, laying out the truth, no nonsense, all business, sent from the King of Swords. And the King of Swords would be like a judge. I generally look at it as a court of law, setting down a judgment. He's no nonsense, and that is his messenger. So when he has a serious message and wants quick action, he will send his knight, not his page. All right. Now, in the pre-shuffle, I did come across the addiction card. So I am wondering if some of this does have something to do with having an addiction to something. And I guess we'll see if it shows itself up. Let's look at what is the deal with this Five of Pentacles here. Okay, Three of Cups and Knight of Swords. We have him again right off the bat. So the reason you're out in the cold, Five of Pentacles, is most likely from a partying situation. So again, this could resemble a slight, not really a big addiction, but some slight usage of something such as drugs or alcohol, having to party a lot, third-party situations, not being able to be committed to one person, getting caught having an affair, anything like that. And the advice is, cut it out. Okay, so Aquarius, I don't know what you're messing with. I don't know who you're messing around with, but the universe's advice on this is, you want to get out of the cold? Stop. Cut it out. And that's, I believe, where this knight is coming from too. He's coming in to He's going to cut it out for you, being the overall energy. The universe is suggesting cut out all this partying, cut out the third party situations, cut out being a playboy or playgirl type situation, and get real, and you won't be sitting out in the cold like that. So let's see how the King of Cups fits into your blockage here. With the Two of Swords and the advice being the Three of Swords. So the advice is amping you up. Okay, so the King of Cups is coming in, stable emotions, trying to give you some grounded advice. This clearly has a lot to do with love. Almost everything to do with love and money. So he's trying to give you almost some love advice or emotional advice. And to clarify, it's about a decision that you have to make. And you have to use the logic to make it. Head over heart is what we call it, decision. So even though the King of Cups is offering you heart advice, emotional advice, you're going to try to make the decision, or you have to make the decision. That's the blockage, is you have to make this decision based on your head over your heart. And he's trying to convince you otherwise. The outcome the universe suggests is the Three of Swords. So moving past making that decision, and it might result in a broken heart somewhere, but if that is what needs to be done, whether it's your heart that gets broken or somebody else's, that is the advice, is to move forward with this decision, okay? It's not necessarily that you're definitely going to break somebody's heart, but it's moving forward. Make the decision and move on. Moving on sometimes does hurt us. We have to make decisions that we don't necessarily want to make. Like, for example, you can love somebody so deeply, but if you see that they're bad for you, or they're making bad decisions for themselves that are affecting your relationship, sometimes you have to cut that relationship off. Since we are looking at a potential addiction, especially with the devil energy there, this could be a situation where the person that you love is an addict, and you might have to call the police on them to keep yourself safe. And the difficult thing is, this king is telling you, he's so safe with his emotions that he feels safe in saying, if you really love somebody, you will get them help. Okay? That's how he's showing real love. And this tough decision you have to make could be, okay, my heart says, if I turn them into the police, or I send them to a rehab or something, they're going to hate me. It doesn't feel very loving. They're not going to understand why I'm doing this. They're going to think I'm their enemy, but I'm doing it because I want to get them help. Because I love them so much, I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. They do not understand that, right? So you have to make the logical choice versus the heart choice. And the King of Cups, even though he's a heart king, his heart is also in wanting safety and love for the person versus what that person wants. So in this case, making that logical decision could cause you to feel brokenhearted, because you have to do something that you don't want to do. You love that person, and it's going to break your heart to, throw them out on the street, or, turn them into the police, or, anything like that. Or not supply them with the alcohol or drugs or gambling or whatever, not enable them anymore with what vice they have that is most likely an addiction that we see coming up here. So you could feel completely brokenhearted. They could feel completely brokenhearted, thinking, well, you would never do that to them. But you did do it out of love. And that's where the King of Cups is teaching you that even though it feels like you're hurting somebody and you're hurting yourself and you're going to lose something, you're not. You're trying to save a life. So to save that life, sometimes we have to suffer this broken heart. And that's where the universe is saying your best decision is to suffer the broken heart in order to most likely help somebody in the right way. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, which is in the root of everything here. We've got the Five of Wands and the Four of Swords. So we've got Four of Swords again because we see that coming in the future. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's a very giving, logical, grounded person. Okay, and this is an energy. It doesn't have to be a person, but it most likely is at the root. However, she's instigating some passionate energy. So based on her groundedness and her probably financial advice and stability, advice and stability, it's causing a lot of conflict, a lot of arguments. It would seem petty in nature, but what the universe is saying is rest on it. Take a moment. Think about this. So if you really think about it, she could be the one also, stepping with the King of Cups here. She could be the grounding advice that is like, listen, you've got to do this. You've got to throw this person out in order to help them. Okay? So now we see the advice going from the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords. And we're progressively moving 2, 3, 4, we're definitely moving up in the right direction because we're moving forward. And the Four of Swords is being able to say, take away the wound and just focus on the truth. Okay? Sit back, relax about this, think about it logically, because swords are logic. Remove the pain of that Three of Swords that the universe is suggesting you do, and just look at the truth. If you look at the truth, this isn't so petty, and there's really nothing to argue about, okay? So this person that you might be trying to help, and all these other people are giving you advice to try to help you, they're right. And so this pettiness, all the advice the universe is giving you is, cut it out. Cut out all this crap, all this, partying or drugs or whatever it is. If you have to suffer, make the right decision. And the right decision, it could cause you or them a wounded heart. To stop the bickering and fighting at the base of everything, listen to some sound advice. Forget the broken heart and listen to the truth. The truth of the matter is, most likely there's somebody in your life, Aquarius, that needs help. They need some serious help. I'm feeling rehab here like crazy. Okay, so let's look at the Princess of Wands here. This youthful, ignited passion that led to all of this. So we have the Two of Pentacles, and the advice is the Hermit. So this could have been somebody that was juggling a situation, okay? Somebody new, fiery, passionate, younger, that possibly came into your life or, the life of your partner. And it kind of started a little, fire, a small flame, but not an actual fire, right? There is a passion, which caused them to juggle. So there is some juggling, whether it be financial juggling or emotional juggling with people, that took place. And the advice on that was to sit still, go within, and find the wish, the star. It does not look like that advice was heeded from the past. And that's what led to this person probably being left out in the cold. Alright. And then, of course, now death just popped out. Okay. I wasn't going to take it, but then Spirit's like, no, that was intentional, So let's find out. Let's take another card on death and get some advice. Is we're looking at the Devil here, so that's Eight of Pentacles, and the advice is Judgment. Okay, so this Devil energy. So there is some kind of obsession overhead, looming above this situation. You may be aware of it, you may not fully be aware of how this obsession is. This can be a sex addiction, it can be a drug addiction, alcoholic, gambling, anything here. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of money matters. I'm sensing a very strong drug aspect to this, in all honesty. Yeah, that's about the only thing I'm really feeling. I'm not even really feeling. They might like more sexual partners, but I don't know that it's necessarily a full-on addiction. I am really feeling a lot of drug usage here. And what's going to happen with this is possibly physical death if there isn't transformation. Okay? And there's going to be hard work to get past this addiction. Um, so whatever this addiction is going to be fatal if the work is not put in to fix it or get it under control. And the advice is a rebirth. Okay, so this to me, rebirth, I always structure this with rehab as well. So the advice is to get this person in a rehab, so that there can be a reconciliation of who they are, and it pulls them away from that devil energy, which what's unknown is really that the devil is controlling them. And the devil is about to take them. Normally, I do not see the death card as a physical death. Okay, it is normally a transformation, which is just like the rebirth here. Now, so we are hoping that we can, through hard work, can transform this person. But when that death card fell out and I tried to put it back in, Spirit let me know it was very pertinent that that card be left out, that that was intentional. And I did, and then as I read it, unfortunately, I felt the energy of a physical death. And another one of the reasons I feel that is the outcome we see down here in the underneath root surface is what I also call the coffin card. This is a healing card to see the truth and heal from a broken heart. However, in this particular case, since, I mean, I'm literally seeing people take drugs. Spirit is showing me groups of people. It's not a pretty sight. I do not like seeing these kind of visions, because drugs disturb me to a great degree. I don't take them, I haven't, and I won't. But this is also a coffin card, so underneath the surface, this person, if they do not get rehab and have this massive transformation and work on themselves, they are going to pass away. You know, and you're being given some great guidance here. Unfortunately, it does look like this Princess of Wands brought this into this person's life. And yeah, too much partying, too much juggling things around, not taking the advice to go to the star. Now, Aquarius, you are the star. Okay? So this could be somebody you're dealing with that didn't come to you. They didn't follow their wisdom and take the right path. And now they're suffering the consequences of that. Or Aquarius, this is you, and you lost your inner light. You're not following your path, and you're the one, Aquarius, who needs the help, because it does look like you're the one who's out in the cold. Or this is somebody that you love very dearly. It could be a child of yours. It could be a lover of yours. It, could be a coworker, a sibling. Any of those things. This is how it could relate to you, Aquarius. So let's come down here in your Four of Swords feeling of yourself. Now, this particular Four of Swords is different than my coffin card. The Four Swords are right there, and the Groundhog's just like, I'm going to go back into hibernation here. Feeling. Let's see. We have the Page of Cups. That's good. And the advice is the Emperor. Okay, so with this Four of Swords, it's as if you internally know, Aquarius, if this is you, happening to you, you need to take a rest. And you're just getting this new energy and this new wake-up call that you're sorry. You're sorry. Okay? You want to be able to make up for it. If this is happening to somebody you love, you know you need to take a break. You've done all you can, and you can't help them anymore, and you're sorry. Here's my love offer to you. And I know it sounds fishy because I'm going to throw you in rehab, but this is what I have to give you. And if you can't take the rest and relaxation and move forward with it, you're sorry, there's nothing that can be done. And the advice is be the Emperor. Now in this case, being the Emperor means do not cave to this person. So if this is happening to you and you're the one who needs the help, Aquarius, this means you need to stand up to the plate and you need to be the Emperor. In order to sit on that throne, you need to be clean. The Emperor is somebody everybody in every kingdom can go to. They are stable, they are grounded, they are a ruler, they make good judgments, okay? You could be, on the other hand, if this is happening to somebody you know, then you need to be the Emperor and you need to stand firm. Because anyone who's an addict knows how to manipulate people, okay? And you need to be the Emperor who is non-manipulated. Nobody, not a narcissist, not a manipulator, nobody's getting past that Emperor. He knows all, okay? And even though it's a male energy, you know, it can be a female as well. So let's look at how others see this, or this could be the other person that you're dealing with. They are seeing a Two of Cups. Why is that? Ten of Pentacles, and the advice is Nine of Wands. So the other person or outside people are seeing a true love. You know, a committed pair, a union here that can have it all. They can have the 10 Pentacles, the stability of a happy home, great finances, children, pets, just everything. Now, there's no emotional satisfaction necessarily listed here, okay? But one would assume that with a happy home, you have some emotional satisfaction, especially when it's the Two of Cups, two people meant to be together. So these two people can have the Ten of Pentacles and everybody else sees it as something really beautiful, two people destined to be together. The advice is, even though you're wounded and you've been through some battles, now this could be you, this could be somebody you love, do not give up. Don't give up on yourself, don't give up on them. No matter how everybody on the outside sees it, get the help that's needed, even though people think, you know, outside perceptions. It's really easy for people to think, you know, this is perfect, this is perfection, you know, this is the way it should be. But the advice is, go ahead and show people you're wounded. Go ahead and show people that there's damage, that there's wounding. It's okay. That is not a weakness or a vulnerability. It's okay. Now, let's go back to your near future here and check on this Queen of Cups here, who would be a counterpart to the blocker here of the King of Cups. She comes in with the Five of Cups, and the advice is the Devil. Yeah, so what she's doing now is offering a cup of love and more emotional stability in the near future. We see that, you know, the King of Chalice is blocking this person from getting out of the cold. He's saying, nope, don't take them out of the cold. Make a logical decision. It's going to break your heart, right? Now she comes in and she offers this cup of love, of stability. However, where she's offering it is she wants to see this union back over here. So she's stating you have to be strong and let go of all of this stuff that you love. Go through this sorrow, is what she's saying. She's holding your hand while you go through this sorrow, whether this is you in recovery or somebody you love going, you know, having to go into recovery, or you having to say no to them. So she's the counterpart saying, it's okay, be strong. And the advice is this devil energy. We're going to beat the devil, right? We're going to beat the devil at his own game. So she's trying to give you the advice to go through all that sorrow. Don't lose hope, though. The Two of Cups is still sitting there. Everybody else sees the Two of Cups. Not all love is lost. But the advice is to unchain from the devil. And if we don't take her advice and we don't go through the sorrow, you or whoever this is that you love will be chained to that devil forever. And the problem is you will be chained with them. Okay? Notice it's not just one person they're chained to the devil. They take people with them. So it's like Adam and Eve. Eve ate the apple. She convinced Adam to do it. They're going to convince you to walk right into the devil's den with them. And, you know, you're going to love them enough that you're going to end up doing it. So this Queen of Cups is telling you let go no matter how awful that pain is, how awful that loss feels. You have to do this, or you will be stuck in the devil's den with this person. And so there we see the devil energy twice. I'm positive this is an addiction. I have not seen the Nine of Cups, so it's not alcohol addiction. Okay, I can rule that out. I mean, there's certain cards that I have that tell me what types of addictions this is. This could be sex, but I'm seeing more loving cards than I am sexual cards. So this really is drug addiction that I'm feeling super strongly. Alright, so let's look at the hopes and fears with these Three of Wands here. The Four of Wands, moving forward. And the advice from the universe is Three of Pentacles. Perfect. So, threes are the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit to me. So here we're going to see three, it starts out as, and the advice is three as well. We'll get to that in a moment. What we're seeing here is, remember how they're not looking at the wands. They're in a dream state of what they see. A lot of times when people are under the usage of drugs, they will be more in a dream state of what they see. It's altered reality. Okay, so they're not really looking at their ships coming in. This person's almost in an altered reality. And the Four of Wands is confirming this is their stability. This is their happiness. Now keep in mind, it's affecting their home. It's affecting the relationship. This could be you as well. So your hopes and your dreams possibly could be wanting stability. Your fears are lack of that stability, lack of that relationship, a divorce, I mean anything like that. But your hope could also be marriage out of this. What the universe is stating is, in order to have that happen and get that, and this, now we're going from the everybody else seeing it as a soulmate to you seeing it as a twin flame, or this being what you're waiting to come in. What you really want is your twin flame, which is possible. The universe is saying it's very possible because we have the second three. Remember, so we've got now 2 threes right in a row here. And this three, and keep in mind, so we have 2 wands here. We're going from the 3 to the 4 in the wands as well, so we're seeing progressive growth. Well, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is working with others. This is my therapy card. Okay, so with therapy, this beautiful twin flame situation could become a reality. The fear is, without the therapy and other people helping, it could be the person's complete downfall. Now, in the distant future, we do see this Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is great for being in rehab and starting to see things from a different perspective and gaining a strength and blossoming anew. And we are looking at the 9 of Pentacles, with the advice being the High Priestess. So the Hanged Man, the new perspective is, you're going to either break up with this person, or this person's going to probably break up with you, or take a time out. Now, I'm feeling much more of a time out in the relationship. And in that time out, we're going to see you and them being successfully single, rising to a new level, being seen in a new light, taming the beast within and releasing yourself from that demon that controls you. The advice from the universe is, listen to your gut, your intuition, what's within you. You'll finally be able to start hearing the universe talk to you. You'll be able to finally start, recognizing the truth of everything. So what they're saying is, they're going to be able to fill you in with an inner knowing once you see things from a new perspective and you're able to get a grip on things. Now, this is going to take time, though. This takes time to develop, so that's why that would be from now till the end of the year. The overall energy of the Knight of Swords, let's clarify this one right away. We have the 7 of Swords, and the advice on it is the 3 of Wands. So we're back here, the 3 of Wands. So the Knight of Swords is basically stating, we're going to cut this out, okay? No more sneaking around, No more lies, no more thievery. Often you'll see this with drug abusers. They have to steal to support their habits, okay? Not so much with alcoholics or sex addicts and stuff like that. Sometimes with gambling, but mostly with drugs. Again, this is really pointing me out that this is somebody you or somebody you love with a drug addiction, okay, unfortunately. But this night's coming in to cut that out, which means if it doesn't stop, this person's going to get caught. They're going to get caught stealing. They're going to get caught with drugs on them. Something like that is going to happen. And when they get caught, they're going to be leaving these two swords behind. Those two swords are the same two swords that are going to have to make this decision that is going to be heartbreaking. Okay? Which is causing that blockage. And that blockage, remember, here's our other Knight of Swords. Was the advice, is take the Knight of Swords. Who's going to catch the thief in the night? So that's what he's out to do. He's out to stop this thief. And the advice from the universe, turn your back on the situation. I know you love them, but supplying them drugs, enabling them is not helping them or you. Turn your back on the situation and wait for your ships to come in. Okay? And it looks like you have a lot of supportive people here that are either going to support you into getting that help, Aquarius, if you're the one who needs it, or they're going to support you through helping somebody else get the help or being strong enough to walk away to get that yourself. Alright, so we are going to try to, I'm going to try to shuffle these. Here we go. They are not being cooperative because they are heart-shaped and they stick once in a while. But I do want to get you something here from the Lover's Path. There we go. That's it. Alright, so take the top and the bottom. Alright, so on the surface we see a person kissing a tree. And it says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And that is true. That is what this King of Cups and this Queen of Cups, which could be a possible married couple, are coming forward to tell you. Your other card looks pretty darn passionate. And it's passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So, you know, there is passion. People can see that here. There is a great love. And passion doesn't always have to be a husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. Passion can be the love you have for your child. The love you have for a neighbor. Okay, even. It doesn't always have to be a relative or a close, you know, it can be a close friend. It can be a neighbor. It can be anybody that you care about, that you've developed some type of bond or relationship with, that you want to get help. And it looks like either you're the one who's being put in that position to help them. And if it's some kind of close relationship and they get the help, the relationship's only going to get stronger. If they choose not to get the help, I hate to tell you this, but the judgment and situation is probably going to be deadly. So don't get entwined in it. Keep yourself safe and walk away. If you are the one who's the addict, Aquarius, I beg of you to get the therapy and listen to others. Those who are feeding you the drugs are not your friends. They're not helping you. They're just keeping you sick. And those who are trying to pull you away from it want you to have a healthier, happier life than you ever could have on the drugs. Okay, so keep that in mind. And again, if any of this resonates with you, if you are close to any of this situation and you need a little further advice, one, always seek medical professionals. Okay, never substitute a tarot reading for medical, legal, any type of professional advice. Okay, always seek your professionals first. However, if there's anything that I can do to help clarify a piece of the situation and make it more personal for you, put your question in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to pull a few cards and see what we can come up with to help you out. If you do want a personal reading that goes a little further on this, my details are in the comment box below. if there's somebody that you think could gain value from hearing this, please share the video with them. And hopefully, we can, as a group, save a life, because it does look like there is an Aquarius out there. Well, there's more than one of you, I guarantee you. Several Aquarius people who need our help, or the Aquarius, needs our help to help somebody else. So it looks like you're the chosen ones this month. And like and share or subscribe to this channel so that this video can get out to more people that may really need to hear it. I feel this is very strong in my soul that through messages like this you can actually save lives. Hopefully, if people listen. So Aquarius, unfortunately this month it looks like the job's on you to either clean and fix yourself or help somebody else. So good luck. It looks like the universe and God has put a mighty job on your shoulders, but it looks like you have good people around you. You have a Queen of Pentacles and you have a King and Queen of Cups that are ready to serve, and God is willing to, put that intuition and knowing of what to do in your heart in the end. It just might take a few months to get there. Just don't fall for this devil energy that this person's already in if you're not there. Okay, on that note, love and light.